Hello history lovers, have you ever heard about the 1812 war between United States and Great Britain? Well then hold on to your seats as we journeyed into that conflict together and you will be surprised. The War of 1812 was a conflict between the United States and Great Britain, lasting from 1812 to 1815. Several factors contributed to the outbreak of the war, including trade disputes, British support of Native American tribes resisting American expansion, and British interference with American shipping and impressment of American sailors into the Royal Navy. One significant cause of the war was British restrictions on American trade, including the Orders in Council, which hindered American commerce and angered many Americans, especially those involved in the shipping industry. Additionally, British support for Native American tribes resisting American westward expansion further fueled tensions. The war began on June 18, 1812, when the United States declared war on Great Britain. The conflict saw several notable battles, including the Battle of Lake Erie, the Battle of New Orleans, and the burning of Washington, D.C., including the White House and the Capitol, by British forces in 1814. Despite some early setbacks for the United States, such as the capture of Detroit and the burning of Washington, American forces achieved significant victories, including the decisive Battle of New Orleans in January 1815, led by General Andrew Jackson. The Treaty of Ghent, signed on December 24, 1814, ended the war and restored the status quo ante bellum, meaning that no territorial changes were made, and pre-war borders were reinstated. Both sides agreed to resolve outstanding issues through negotiations, effectively ending the conflict. The War of 1812 had several lasting effects on both the United States and Great Britain. It strengthened American nationalism and fostered a sense of national identity, as the young nation had stood up to a global superpower. It also led to increased industrialization and westward expansion in the United States. For Britain, the war highlighted the need for improved communication and coordination between its military and government. It also marked the beginning of a period of relative peace and cooperation between the United States and Great Britain, as both countries sought to avoid further conflicts and resolve their differences diplomatically. The War of 1812 was a conflict between the United States and Great Britain, lasting from 1812 to 1815. It was primarily fought over issues such as trade restrictions, impressment of American sailors into the British Navy, and British support of Native American tribes against American expansion. One of the main causes of the war was Britain's continued interference with American shipping and trade, which severely impacted the American economy. Additionally, British impressment of American sailors, where British authorities would forcibly enlist American sailors into the Royal Navy, was a major point of contention. The war saw several notable battles, including the burning of Washington, D.C., in 1814, and the Battle of New Orleans, where American forces, led by General Andrew Jackson, scored a decisive victory over the British. The Treaty of Ghent, signed in December 1814, officially ended the war and restored pre-war boundaries between the United States and British North America, Canada. However, news of the treaty took time to reach North America, and fighting continued into early 1815. The War of 1812 is often considered a stalemate, as neither side achieved all of its objectives. However, it had significant consequences for both countries. In the United States, the war fostered a sense of national unity and pride, while in Britain, it led to a re-evaluation of colonial policies and paved the way for improved relations with the United States in the years that followed. The War of 1812 is often referred to as America's Second War of Independence, because it solidified the young nation's identity and sovereignty. It also played a crucial role in shaping the future of North America. One significant aspect of the war was its impact on Native American tribes. Many indigenous peoples sided with the British, hoping to halt American expansion into their territories. The British provided support to these tribes, leading to increased hostilities along the western frontier. The war also had economic consequences for both countries. In the United States, the conflict stimulated domestic manufacturing as trade with Britain was disrupted. This helped spur industrialization in the years following the war. In Britain, the war contributed to a shift in focus away from North America towards other regions of the world. The Battle of New Orleans, fought in January 1815, was one of the most decisive engagements of the war. Despite occurring after the Treaty of Ghent had been signed, but before news of the treaty reached the combatants, the American victory at New Orleans boosted national morale and made Andrew Jackson a national hero. Overall, while the War of 1812 did not result in significant territorial changes or decisive military victories, it had far-reaching implications for the United States, Canada, and indigenous peoples. It solidified American independence, reshaped the political landscape of North America, and laid the groundwork for future diplomatic relations between the United States and Great Britain. The War of 1812 was a pivotal conflict between the United States and Great Britain that lasted from 1812 to 1815. Here are some additional key points about the war. Causes: the war stemmed from several factors, including British impressment of American sailors into the Royal Navy, British support for Native American tribes resisting American expansion into the Northwest Territory, and British interference with American trade. Military campaigns: the war was fought on multiple fronts, including the Great Lakes region, the Atlantic coast, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Canadian border. Major battles and campaigns included the Siege of Fort Detroit, the Battle of Lake Erie, the burning of Washington, and the Battle of Baltimore, which inspired the writing of the U.S. national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. Naval warfare: the war witnessed significant naval engagements between American and British ships, including the USS Constitution's victories against British warships. These victories boosted American morale and earned the USS Constitution the nickname, Old Ironsides. Treaty of Ghent: the war officially ended with the signing of the Treaty of Ghent in December 1814. The treaty restored pre-war borders between the United States and British North America, Canada, and did not address the issues of impressment and trade that had precipitated the conflict. Impact: the War of 1812 had profound effects on both the United States and Canada. In the United States, it bolstered national pride and fostered a sense of unity, while in Canada, it solidified a sense of Canadian identity distinct from that of the United States. Legacy: despite being overshadowed by other conflicts such as the American Revolutionary War and the Civil War, the War of 1812 played a crucial role in shaping the geopolitical landscape of North America and laying the foundation for future relations between the United States, Canada, and Great Britain. Overall, the War of 1812 was a complex and multifaceted conflict that left a lasting impact on the nations involved and the broader history of North America. Here are a few more details about the War of 1812. Native American involvement: Native American tribes played a significant role in the war, with many siding with the British in hopes of halting American westward expansion. The Shawnee leader Tecumseh formed a confederacy of Native American tribes to resist American encroachment, and his forces fought alongside British troops in several battles. Impressment and trade issues: one of the primary causes of the war was British impressment of American sailors, which refers to the practice of forcibly enlisting American sailors into the British Navy. Additionally, British restrictions on American trade with France and other European nations fueled resentment among American merchants and contributed to the push for war. The burning of Washington: in August 1814, British forces invaded Washington, D.C., and set fire to many government buildings, including the White House and the Capitol. This event was a significant humiliation for the United States but also served to rally national resolve and unity. Please do not forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.